Here, take my bat radio.
It's looking at me.
He's an ugly little spud, isn't he?
I think he can hear you, Rick.
I made a funny. That little droid did it. Welcome to the caveman. And I'll form the head.
You are listening to The Cave, a weekly podcast looking at the best and worst in pop culture from yesteryear to tomorrow. Hello to you wherever and whenever you are in the world. My name is Shane Adamczak, and with me as always is the Scott tracker to my T-bot, Mr. Paul Grabovac.
What reference was that?
It's from Mask.
Oh, see, I had that feeling.
Yeah, T-bot was like the little robot guy that turned into the shitty motorcycle.
Yeah, he was a crappy motorcycle.
And Scott Tracker was the son of Matt Tracker, the main guy.
Great.
Incidental piece of information that I may have told you before, but my brother's middle name is Scott, named after that character from Mask.
No, it wasn't.
Yep, 100% true. When my brother was born, or when my brother was about to be born, I was 5 years old, and my parents were talking about names, and I said I wanted him to be called Scott, because I like this fucking kid in this cartoon, right? And they're like, I guess that can be his middle name. And they just did it. They fully did it. So my brother's middle name is named after Scott from Mask.
It's funny how we're influenced. When we got my first dog, we were about to move to the farm because I grew up on a farm for a little while there.
That's true.
And my kids, my mum and dad
told me about this.
Oh, we don't talk about it.
You ever told me I was a secret uncle?
I was 12 at the time.
I'm a podcast uncle.
I was 12 at the time.
Oh boy.
Yep. My mum and dad were like, oh, it's your dog because I put in a bit of the money. They're like, what do you want to call it? And I just called my best friend Joel at the time. Sorry, Shane.
That's okay.
We didn't know each other then, so
that's fine.
Can't feel too bad about it.
Fuck you, Joel, whoever you are. I'll find you.
He's really tall.
Oh, really? Is
Yeah.
he strong?
He's probably strong. He's a mechanic now, I think.
No, I think of it. I like Joel. He seems like a good guy.
Stand-up bloke.
Yeah.
I called up Joel. I'm like, Joel, what should I call my dog? And he's like, I don't know, Max. And I'm like, I went back to my parents and said, I want to call him Max.
What?
So my friend Joel named my dog because I was so influenced by other people.
Wow, that's pretty funny.
Yep.
I like that your sister's names are Optimus Prime and Batman.
Yeah, it was a weird choce, but
especially since they're older than you.
Yeah, well, they weren't my choices. My mum was just really into nerd culture.
Yeah.
People,
a little known fact, actually, our mums actually originally started this podcast.
Yeah, that's true.
Back in the 80s.
Yeah. Also, my mum used to be Dazzler from X-Men.
Cool.
The 70s X-Men who had like roller
Dazzler.
skates.
Underrated.
Totally.
Weird powers. Like, basically, she's just like a disco diva with what?
Yeah,
fireworks or something? Kind of like a Jubilee kind of thing.
Yeah.
Right?
When Dazzler didn't work on the cocaine 70s, they just moved to early cocaine.
Speaking
80s.
of the cocaine 70s, make sure you guys go back if you haven't already, and you can listen to our exclusive commentary on the 2002 Britney Spears vehicle Crossroads, which we recorded a few weeks ago. It's up on our website now, which is, of course, omny.fm/shows/the cave. That's omny, omny.fm/shows/the cave. And you can listen to our commentary on Crossroads.
Which, honestly, if you haven't seen the movie before, it's kind of worth seeing. I've seen it now.
Just so you know, like, the idea is that you watch the film and listen to the commentary, because I've had a few people that just have listened to it.
Oh, that's weird.
Which is, I mean, whatever you want to do. Maybe they know the film so well that they know
playing
what
it
we're
in their
up to.
minds.
Yeah.
The theater of the mind, I believe they call it.
Yeah, so that is up on the website, so make sure you check that out. And just while we're talking about it, if you guys want to download the episodes and subscribe, we're also on iTunes, Google Play, and Stitcher. Yep. It's great that you guys are all listening and enjoying the shows. It helps us out if you guys subscribe and like and rate and all that sort of stuff.
Rate, review, please. Push us up those charts.
Or if you don't want to, just don't worry about it. It's fine.
No, it's not fine.
But
You're fine.
Paul really needs a new kidney, and, we kind of need to...
Should we talk about my unfortunate times?
No, let's just keep going. You'll get your kidney, buddy.
Keep going. Should we maybe start the show?
Let's start the show. Look,
you're listening to The Cave.
Let's start on a low note and move up from there. The new Transformers 5 trailer just dropped at time of recording.
Yep.
It looks... Every time I see a trailer, it just looks worse and worse. I know less about the plot now after seeing more trailers.
Of the movie, yeah.
I'm more confused.
I watched it, I woke up one morning quite early and oh, there it was. I'm like, oh, okay, I'll watch it. I watched it on my phone. I'm like, this is too dense. Like, all his films with Transformers are too dense right now.
Too much. There's too much
visually, those Transformers are just visually too dense. And I was like, wait.
I can't tell who is who
No.
of the Transformers anymore.
Forget it. Like, I was like, I can't watch this. I shut it off. And then when I got onto my main computer with my big screen, I got a big 44-inch screen on my computer because I'm a big, stupid man baby.
You're a big boy.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And I watched it on there, and it felt like I was watching static on TV.
Yeah.
I don't understand what's
It's
going on.
just noises and shapes.
Yep. And someone who sounds like Optimus Prime, like, there's the voice that I love.
There's the thing I used to know.
And then there's Marky Wahlberg. Come on, I'm going to save the Transformers.
Hannibal Lecter is there.
Yeah, come on, Hannibal. Let's go. Let's save the Transformers. I got a sword.
Hannibal Lecter, why is he in this movie? He couldn't have needed the paycheck that badly.
No, it's got nothing to do with that. He's just like old now, and they're like, "Hey, you want to do this, Anthony?" Oh yes.
And they just sort of wheel him in, and they go, "Okay, dude, just say anything.
Yeah,
doesn't matter."
He's one of the few people that can ad-lib Shakespeare.
That's pretty cool.
Which is pretty badass.
Oh, Anthony Hopkins, how the mighty have fallen.
No, he's going to
Revenge
be
of the Fallen.
No, stop that, because he is in the 2 Thor movies, and he'll be in the 3rd.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, yeah, that's a very good point. He's amazing. Very good point. New trailer for Thor Ragnarok has come out. Holy shit! That looks amazing.
Yep.
It looks real fun. I feel like they've sort of tried to really grasp onto that kind of Guardians of the Galaxy, kind of like
as Guardians of the Galaxy.
80s kind
Thank
of
you very
vibe.
much.
Say again.
As Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, Paul.
Yep.
You have outdone yourself.
Thank you very much. Actually, that's all I can say for the rest of the show.
All right, that's all the time we have. Let's go out and
we peaked. We peaked right there.
It looks great, hey?
Yeah. Director, I'm going to get it wrong. Taika Waititi. Haha.
Yep.
He's totally described this film as a road trip movie.
Yeah.
But it's a road trip movie in space.
Cool.
And the one thing I love is everything we've seen in the trailer doesn't show the road trip part, which means we're probably only looking at maybe the first third of the film.
Pretty cool. We get our first glimpse of what I assume is probably going to be the closest we're ever going to get to see a Planet Hulk film.
Yeah.
We see a Hulk in like the full battle armor.
It looks so good.
Up against Thor.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
And there's already some hilarious lines in there. And you can just totally tell that they've, like you said, they've latched onto this sort of like 80s retro movie aesthetic, like not like visually, and then like even sort of in the playfulness of it. And Guardians of the Galaxy had that, and you can see in their media push as well the same thing's happening, and it's so good.
Marvel are doing a good job with their threequels.
Yeah.
I like the first Thor film. I like the second one even better, and this one has me more excited. And when the first Thor came out, I was like, does Thor really warrant having his own film? And now I'm just like, yeah, heck yeah, he does.
Yeah, totally. I mean, Marvel's done a good job of bringing in characters that, not that Thor wasn't popular, but he wasn't a mainline in terms of like what the general public know to be.
Yeah, he's no Spider-Man or Iron Man or whatever.
Correct. Yeah. And they've really allowed themselves to open up the floodgates now, and we're getting like a Miss Marvel, with even Guardians of the Galaxy. Like, who the heck were they a few years ago?
Exactly.
You know, in terms of the popular eye, and now everybody is chomping at the bit for number 2.
Yep.
Which comes out next week. Holy shit.
It's going to be great. Talking about threequels as well, we talked quite in depth about Logan last week. If you guys haven't already checked it out on the YouTube channel, How It Should Have Ended, they just released how Logan should have ended. I'm not going to say too much, but I'm just saying if you're a fan of Logan and you're a fan of Les Mis, you are going to fucking love this video. You are going to love it.
Awesome. Yeah, our talk about Logan was good, and like that was also an excellent threequel as well, where like the third movie is arguably the best.
Yeah, so we thought this week, let's talk. I mean, we've talked a lot about sequels in the past, and we've made a lot of top 10 lists. This week, let's talk about threequels. So basically, the third film in a trilogy. It's
a trilogy and/or a series?
And/or a series,
okay,
yeah.
Cool,
but, I mean, basically, at the time it came out, it was going to be potentially the last one, right?
Sure.
See, the thing is, like, these days, movies come out with this sort of already pre-planned, like, this is part of a saga, this is going to be part of a
cinematic universe.
Exactly, yeah, it's going to be part of a 3-film trilogy or whatever. You know, like, you got, like, the Mockingjay? Hunger Games, you know, kind of films. You know there's going to be more than one, right?
Yep.
But back in the day, like, you had to put out a film and have it do well, right? For there to be a sequel made. Or, you know, heck, a third one, right?
Oh, yeah. Now we've got, like,
these days, like,
everything.
it's all pre-planned. I mean, for God's sakes, they made Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Michael Bay too, right? Like,
Yeah, they did. And
Hopefully
I bet there's a third.
Well, I mean, I've heard that it did bad enough that they're not going to make a third.
Oh, okay.
And I'm holding on to that hope.
So all we have to do is wait, another 10 years and we'll get another
And they'll
Turtles
make another
movie?
terrible one, yeah.
Okay.
Great.
Michael
So,
Bay might be dead then.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about some of the amazing and some of the terrible third films in a trilogy, because like all things, there are good, but there must also be the bad.
Yeah,
With the
you
light,
can't-
there must come the dark. With the up, there must come the downpour. So we just jump in. I've written down a couple, and I thought maybe I could just throw them at you and just see
Yeah,
what
please.
you-
So I've never
you think.
seen these.
Yeah, so this is a list of the first list I made is just the bad ones, like
Okay.
some ones we can pretty much all agree are a terrible, worst one in the franchise, or just a terrible film in general.
Sure.
Start with one that's not the worst, maybe
Okay.
not the worst film ever made, but I think definitely one of the worst in what is now a quadrilogy.
Yeah.
Terminator 3,
Oof.
Rise of the Machines.
Cool.
We were excited when this came out. T2 was very good, and they were
T2
like,
was
hey.
excellent. Maybe the
Female
best
Terminator.
sequel.
That's
Maybe
gonna be cool.
One of the best films ever.
T2 is definitely in my top 5
Yeah.
sequels of all time.
Yeah. And then, the promise of not only a female one, but like, again, we got hyped by the trailers. Like, she was this amalgamation of the T-1000 and the T-100, best of both worlds.
Yep.
Another great, entry into the series. We're like, oh, it's John Connor's story again. Are we going to get to the future wars? Because we saw glimpses of that again. It wasn't Edward Furlong, and everyone was kind of weird about that.
Yeah. It's, what's his name? Nick
Nick Rialta.
Sure.
No, that's not that.
I don't know what his name is.
Nick Johnson.
Let's say his name is Nick.
Nick.
You keep talking, and I'll look it up.
Great. But then the film came out, and she could increase her breast size to get out of like police tickets.
Dumb.
The end of the film kind of nullified everything that happened in T2.
Nick Stahl. I was close.
Nick Stool. There it is. It kind of made everything invalid from number 2,
Which all the Terminator films after that continued to do.
Of course, but they thought, well, once we shat the bed, let's just smear it everywhere.
Once we've shat the bed, let's do a fucking shit angel. Let's just smear it all out.
Yeah, that was a bad threequel. Bad threequel.
Matrix Revolutions.
Oof.
I mean, I still maintain that if they just made the first Matrix films, that film would go down in so much more legend than it has now. I mean, people still love it. It's an amazing film. But the prequels, I mean, the sequels for me really, really tainted it for me.
Yeah, I mean, I've since read like all these like legitimate essays about why 2 and 3 are so important, how they make sense, and here's how they tie, like thematically and then like I guess theologically, given that Neo's this sort of Neo Jesus kind of character.
Yeah.
To the film, like, cool, that's cool. I shouldn't have to read these for the film to make sense.
Yeah, or play the video game that linked the two sequels together.
Cool game, by
a
the
good
way.
game. It was a good game. 2 films we talked about last week that made it very low onto our best X-Men list. Of course, X-Men 3 and X-Men Apocalypse.
Yep.
The third films in the original and prequel X-Men trilogies.
Noticing a trend here.
Yeah. Logan fucking kicked that in the dick and just ruined it by being the best one. Just generally, I mean, we talked about them last week. Just generally pretty disappointing after the films that preceded them. Okay, the next one, this one might upset you, but I'm going to say it.
What?
Jurassic Park 3.
No, that's fair. Everyone has this thing where, like, if you guys are long-time listeners to the podcast, you'll know that for my 18th, we saw a preview screening of Jurassic Park 3 for my birthday.
Me too.
But I hadn't seen it. I was all excited because I love dinosaurs and it's so my shtick. And
It was still, I mean, for the record, it was a really fun birthday party.
yeah, it was a great party. And like, it was a bad film, but we're all just like, dinosaurs, cute.
Yeah, cute.
But yeah, it has like put this stigma on me where it's like, hey, Paul, Jurassic Park 3's on TV. Do you want to watch? I'm like, no.
Well, you really brought that on yourself.
I did get a little obsessed.
Yeah, that's okay. I mean, this goes without saying. Transformers 3, Dark of the Moon.
How about Transformers 1,
All of
2, 3? Yeah.
They're
but
all terrible.
Dark of the Moon is particularly bad also.
Yeah.
It did follow that trend.
So, I mean, that's an example of a movie. That's the third one in an already crap franchise, and it really had no chance of being good. But I hold on to hope. I constantly hold on to hope that one day someone will release a good Transformers movie that's not the original 1986 movie, which is already perfect.
I reckon when Peter Cullen dies...
Oh.
I know. Sorry, sad thought.
Then why?
I'm just saying.
Oh, I don't.
No, because it'll happen.
No, I don't like it.
When he is no longer able to provide the voice.
Yeah.
So he might still be alive, but he's too old.
Yeah.
No longer able to provide the voice of Optimus Prime.
Yeah.
The movies will stop for a minute.
No, they'll get Jamie Kennedy to do it. It'll be Jamie Kennedy, or it'll be
He's such an outdated reference.
Jimmy
now.
Fallon will do it, or
No, you keep talking. I just want to see what
Yeah.
Jamie Kennedy's doing these days.
Jamie
I feel like
Kennedy
he's dead.
is regretting his life choices.
No, he was a real funny dude.
Moving on, in terms of Marvel trilogies,
Whoa, he's old. And
we're going to
gross.
go Spider-Man 3.
Oh God! Whoa.
Spider-Man 3, and that was in the era where superhero movies are really taking off, and like Spider-Man 1 and 2 were so good.
Because of one, like X-Men was slowly followed after Spider-Man 1.
Yeah, and they were great. We really wanted Spider-Man 3 to be good. It was going to be like Venom introduced for the first time. Who else was in that? Green Goblin 2 was in that one, right?
Yeah.
And Sandman, or was it?
Sandman was in 3.
I'm getting
was
my
Venom.
Spider-Mans confused.
No,
now.
that was the problem. There were 3 villains.
Too many villains.
Too many villains. Not enough time given.
Emo
to the villains.
sequence where he's just had his fluffy little fringe and
And
Tobey
the dance
Maguire's
sequence.
dancing.
That was so like
What
good
were
bad.
they thinking?
So
What?
good bad.
So good bad. Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift.
Yeah, but
It's the one that everybody, I mean, even when we talked about it a few weeks ago,
Yeah,
say
yeah.
it as like, that one's not really
well, it was a huge.
part of the canon kind
it was
of
a
thing.
huge Divergent.
Yeah.
Divergent also being a bad series, but from the series where they dropped Paul Walker, they dropped Vin Diesel.
Bad move.
And I was like, let's go. It made sense though.
They
right?
went, you know why people love these movies? Car chases.
Well, yeah,
Probably.
That is now. But like, you have to keep the heart of the movie, which is this really loose thread where it's like, we're all about family, and like as long as you keep that, the car chases are fine. But they went to Japan, and like it made sense back then when drifting was like a huge cool thing.
Oh, is drifting not cool anymore?
No,
Damn it.
No.
I've just got into drifting.
you just bought your new Skyline.
I just started doing some drifting. I've got my neon lights under my car.
Look, if you're talking Mario Kart, drifting is huge. Drifting's the only way to win.
Yeah.
150cc. You want to challenge me? I'll throw down.
Tokyo
My
Drift.
gamer tag is Rennie Pirate. Add me on Switch. And
I would be where Paul is quite good at Mario Kart.
I challenge anyone.
I'm not bad, but Paul is very good.
I will challenge anyone,
Yeah, he'll fuck you up.
but not on 200cc because I'm a big girl.
200cc is hard. Mm-hmm. 200cc Rainbow Road is basically my
No,
nightmare.
it's impossible.
50cc.
Well, it's not
Rainbow Road.
impossible. It's just look. This is a whole other podcast. Right. What are some more bad ones?
I've only got a couple more. Home Alone 3, the ones where they stopped making them without Macaulay Culkin.
Oh yeah,
Remember how they did that?
because basically he got too old and it would just be like he'd
So it's
be
just like-
jailed for assault at that age.
Yeah, same premise, but like new kid. I
Different kids,
think
same
they
holiday.
made
Is he
4?
Is he the same kid? Is he still playing Macaulay
No,
Culkin's
he's
character?
It's a different kid.
Oh, okay. Because there was the kid. I think it was the kid from Liar Liar, wasn't it? That I feel like it was. No, he played Dennis the Menace. Can't remember.
Let me see. I'm looking how many. Home Alone 1, Home Alone 2, Home Alone 3. There's one. Oh, okay, so there is one. There is a fifth one that came out in 2012.
Great. What a
It's
good
called
idea.
Home Alone, The Holiday Heist.
Now the kid's stealing from the Sticky Bandits.
Yep, there you go.
Wait. Oh God. I think we're getting way off track here.
Okay, anyway, enough about Home Alone 3. Let's just all assume it was terrible. The last one that I have on my list, Shrek 3.
Shrek the Third. Yeah.
Shrek the Third.
Because the sequel wasn't so bad.
Look, I'm not. I've said this many times. I'm not a huge DreamWorks fan, but they do have some amazing films.
How to
that
Train
they've
Your
done.
Dragon. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Cloudy with a Chance of
also
Meatballs.
good. Yeah.
I really enjoyed, and the Shrek 1 and 2 I
1 and
thought
2.
were really good films.
I agree.
And then they made 100 more. They made 100 too many, and then they made like Puss in Boots.
Yep.
No.
Yep. And I'm sure there's more.
DreamWorks do this. They take a minor character and they go, that can also be a movie.
Yeah, but you know what they haven't done it for yet?
Right.
Shark's Tale, because that just bombed left, right, and
That's
center.
a bad movie. It's really bad. They just went, hey, let's make Finding Nemo, take all the heart out of it, put Will Smith in it, and Christina Aguilera.
And Jack Black.
And that'll be enough.
Although he found success with Kung Fu Panda, which everyone tells me is really good, but I keep refusing to watch.
Kung Fu Panda is not bad.
I just refuse to watch.
It's It's not bad.
Yeah.
So then I started thinking, I kept making this list of bad threequels.
Yeah.
You're listening to The Cave, by the way, if you've just tuned in. How have you just tuned in?
That's weird.
Why did you start halfway through?
It's not a real radio station. How did you tune us in at all?
That's weird. We're talking about the third film in a movie trilogy or, quadrilogy, whatever it may be. Some of them are good, some of them are terrible. And there are some that are so bad that they're good.
I love the way your face changes when you said that. Keep going.
They're just so bad that they're good. And I couldn't, so I had to make a separate list.
Okay.
Because I was like, I can't legitimately say that they're a good third film.
They're
but
good,
they're
bad.
not bad. Like, they're ones that I will watch time and time again.
Would you call them Gad
Gad?
or Bud?
I would call them Gad Bud. Gad Bud. So the first one on that list is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3.
Turtles in Time?
Yeah. The one where they go back to ancient Japan.
Japan.
Like, it is the worst one in the original trilogy.
Yep.
But I watched it again recently. Like, it's the one where obviously Henson wasn't working on the project anymore. The quality of the turtle suits went down. The quality of the budget of the whole movie went down.
Yeah, the quality of the script.
But
they
brought back Casey. They brought back Casey Jones, though.
The set, the makeup, the costume, the runners,
But
the cameras.
From a cheesy, nostalgic point of view, it is pretty fun to watch it again. And if you haven't watched it in 10 years, I recommend
20,
going back and checking it out. It's not as bad as you remember, but it is quite bad.
You know what I love about it being in the world is that when you go watch the cartoon movie TMNT, the hat, the samurai hat, is actually there on the shelf of their trophies.
Yeah, also the time scepter is there.
Yep.
I think Shredder's helmet is on that.
Also there
as well.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a great movie.
Yep, it is a great movie. I think we've talked about it before, but it is a great film.
Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves.
No.
Have you seen this one, Paul?
No.
So, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Honey, I Blew Up the Baby. And then the third one that I think was like straight to video, straight to DVD.
Makes sense.
Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves. Look, give it a chance.
Did he really need to turn to his wife and say that? I'm sure she figured it out.
Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves. No shit, Rick Moranis. I think that might have been one of his last movies that he did.
Yeah, but he's got a real cool story to him. Do you know why he stopped making movies?
I do, but enlighten any listeners that do not.
Well, it's quite simple and beautiful, where he basically took the moral standpoint where he's like, I have to look after my kids.
Yeah. His
partner.
wife got quite ill.
Yeah.
And because basically Rick Moranis is a great guy and a good dad and a great comedic actor. Mm-hmm. And then they asked him to come back for the new Ghostbusters. And he said, no, that seems like a dumb idea. And I kind of respected that.
I wish he did, though, because that film didn't
nice.
end up so bad. We've talked about that one before.
Yeah, it ended up pretty good.
But no, I haven't seen Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves.
Well, Paul, add it to your list. And also, if you haven't seen Final Destination 3...
No.
Or Final Destination 3D, as it was at the cinema release. I love the Final Destination films. They're so cheesy.
Yeah, I've seen 1 and 2.
The premise is like basically a bunch of teenagers or early 20s cheat death somehow by getting a premonition that they're going to be in a plane crash or a car crash or whatever.
But you can't cheat death.
Can't cheat death, Paul. So death basically is hunting them down one by one, and they all die in spectacular, awesome special effects driven ways, and it's really fun. And Final Destination 3, they released in 3D, and I went to see it. I was in Sydney on tour at the time. I remember my friend Ben and Wyatt, we went to see it. Yep. Wyatt notoriously does not like horror movies, and wanted to see something else. We were like, no, we're seeing this. And just watching him literally sitting on the edge of his seat, like quite physically upset was a real treat.
Stop laughing at your friend.
He's a man that I love dearly, but it was very fun to see him. Very, very scared. Dusk Till Dawn 3. Have you seen it?
When did 2 happen?
Oh, straight to DVD once again. They released 2 sequels that were basically set in the same place, but at different periods in time.
With what? It had nothing to do with...
It was all vampires.
Yeah, but nothing to do with Quentin Tarantino or Robert Rodriguez.
There was a few returning... No, but I think they produced them.
Wow.
But that was about it.
Okay.
It's pretty bad.
I bet.
But worth checking out. Final Destination 3, I've put on the list again, apparently.
It's so good. And so bad. It's so good.
My final one, that's so bad that it's good. Look Who's Talking now.
So good. Dogs?
Yeah?
Dogs talking?
John Travolta, Kirstie Alley return.
Pretty sure one of them's called Rocky or Rox.
Yeah, voiced by Diane Keaton and Danny DeVito. Yes. This time it's not babies that are talking, it's dogs. If you haven't seen it, so the original one was Look Who's Talking. It's basically, there's a couple, they have a baby, and Bruce Willis voices the baby. Like, it's thoughts. Like, it doesn't actually talk. Yeah. And then the sequel, it was Bruce Willis and Roseanne, whatever. Voiced the sister. And then in the third one, they made it that the kids were grown up, and now you can hear what the dogs were talking.
Quite honestly, I think all three of those films are really fun and great.
Yeah, totally check them out.
Everyone, stop what you're doing. Go watch. We'll wait. And you're back.
Now, I need your help, Paul.
Oh,
before we get to the ones that I think legitimately are good, I have two more on a list that I've simply labelled undecided.
Oh.
I don't know where these films lie, so please can you help me? The first one is Batman Forever. The first non-Tim Burton one in that quadrilogy. Val Kilmer, Jim Carrey as the Riddler. You had Tommy Lee Jones as Two-Face. Now, do I think this one is okay because the one after it was so incredibly bad that it makes it seem better? Or is it still an okay film?
No, I don't think it was ever an okay film. I don't
really?
think... Hang on. Did you see that and the credits rolled and you went, oh, that was good?
Well, I remember seeing the fourth one and going, oh no, it's ruined. Yeah. But I remember that one being not that bad. Like, in hindsight, it's way not as good as the first two. But it's still, like, not... it's where they started to go quite a bit more cartoony with it. Yeah. And a bit more slapsticky. But it's, like, compared to Batman and Robin, I think it's actually not that bad. And I like Jim Carrey as the Riddler.
Yeah, he was a good Riddler.
Yeah.
But that's like when you get, like... It's like... We've talked about this before where, like, one thing doesn't make the whole film great. So we can say that the Riddler's really good, and that's cool... But that doesn't make it a good movie.
So where would you put this on, like, so bad it's good, or would you just say it's bad, or would you not think about it at all?
I own this movie on DVD. I've owned it for for
Let's
about...
not lie.
Okay. I've owned it for about 15 years, maybe more. I think I've watched it once.
Yeah. It's the kind of movie that you'd watch, like, drunk at a party, maybe, right?
Yeah. You'd be like, hey, let's put something on.
Let's put something on.
Yeah. So it's on in the background, and we can look to it when the conversation goes thin and go, all right, that's shit. You know what that reminds me of? Other shit things.
But if you're sitting in your nerd cave, you're like, fuck, man, I want to watch a Batman movie.
I'm not touching
That's
that.
not the one you'd
I'm
pick.
never having that thought coupled with that movie.
Okay, fair enough. Incidentally, right now, if I was like, hey, let's watch a Batman film, and I know you've probably got them all.
Yep.
Which one would you watch right now?
Right now?
Yeah.
I'd probably like to watch Batman Begins. Haven't seen that in a long while.
Yeah. Great choice.
Yep.
All right. I'm undecided on one more.
Okay.
Revenge of the Sith. Now, listen, hear me out. It's fair to say that in the Star Wars prequel trilogy, Revenge of the Sith is the best one.
Correct.
But it's still not a good movie.
Oh.
It's still not a good Star Wars movie, but it is the best one in the trilogy, which is kind of what we're talking about, right?
Yeah.
In a way. So where does that lie on your list, Revenge of the Sith? Because, like, of those three films...
Yeah, I know.
It broke the trend. Like, it went kind of, well, like, episode 1, not so good. Episode 2, a little better. Episode 3,
it's almost a good film.
Almost good.
But isn't that it there? We just said it's almost good. Didn't we just define it by the way we just described them just then? Yeah, look, it's the better... Yes, it is the better of those three.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean it's good.
But it's still, like, ranked in the bottom 3 of every Star Wars movie ever made.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, yes.
Do you think that's correct, anybody's favourite Star Wars film?
Totally. I've said this before. There are kids who grew up during the prequel era who are like, these are the bomb. Because we always forget, as adults, Star Wars is made for kids. We are.
Yeah.
Star Wars is made for kids. I know kids are like, Phantom Menace is so good. Like, Attack of the Clones is awesome. Because imagine being 5 or 6 or 7 or 10... And there's these giant frog people and these old dudes with laser swords.
Yeah.
It's fucking cool.
Seeing the battle in Attack of the Clones of, you know, all the droids versus all the Jedis. If that was the first time you saw a lightsaber, that's actually pretty good.
You're damn right. It's action figures come to life. Like
our first exposure to a lightsaber was an old man versus another old man. Doing a very, in hindsight, very slow and boring sword fight.
Yeah, but you know what makes that cool now? You talked about it in the last episode with Darth Maul fighting Obi-Wan in Rebels.
Oh, Rebels!
So good, so brief.
So good.
But there's like, because I rewatched that a whole bunch.
Yeah.
There's this one moment where before the fight starts, Obi-Wan adopts his Revenge of the Sith pose with like the peace sign and the sword over his head.
Yep.
And he's like, I'm not going to do that. And he goes to like old school Obi-Wan. He's like, I'm going to be short. I'm going to be considered, and I'm gonna. I don't need to be flash anymore. Like I've changed.
Yeah.
And maybe they didn't think about it that much, but I am an idiot, so I have. And it's just like that now ties it to the fight with Darth Vader and Obi-Wan at the beginning of New Hope. We're just like, right, neither of you are in a place where they actually really want to kill each other. There's a lot being said that isn't being said with words.
Yeah.
And it's just sort of like I think they both see each other as equals at that point.
Yeah.
And it's like one of us has to fall. And they knew that was going to happen. It's just sort of like parrying. Like, are we going to fight? We're going to fight? Not really. And then Obi-Wan just goes, look, before we get stuck into this, strike me down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's where I take that from.
Such a good film. Oh, Star Wars is such a good film. It's so good. It really is very good. So, hey, look, let us know. If Revenge of the Sith is your favourite one, let us know why. Hit us up. You can hit us up on Twitter and Instagram. We are thecave_podcast. You can still email us at the moment at thecave@nomoreradio.com.
You could.
For now, until we get
if you want to.
If you want to. Let's get into it.
Hang on. I just want to do this thing real quick. You're going to have to come over to my mic.
Okay, that's fine.
We're just going to read this script excerpt from Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. All right. Do you want to play Padme or Anakin?
I'll be Anakin.
Okay, you be Anakin. So, actually, we'll start with that top line there.
Okay.
I'll set the scene for us. This is just an example of how good Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith is, in case you were wondering what it's all about, if you haven't seen it before.
Now, are we going to try to do this with our best acting, or just read it straight?
Let's read it as best as we can.
Okay.
Right? Ready? So, Padme stands in the balcony brushing her hair. Anakin leans against the wall, watching her lovingly.
Every second I was thinking of you. Protecting the endless, nameless Outer Rim settlement became a torture. The battles were easy. The longing became unbearable. I have never been so happy as I am in this moment.
Annie, I want to have our baby back home on Naboo. We could go to the lake country where no one would know, where we would be safe. I could go early and fix up the baby's room. I know the perfect spot, right by the one garden that's there.
You are so beautiful.
It's only because I'm so in love.
No, it's because I'm so in love with you.
So love has blinded you?
Well, that's not exactly what I meant.
But it's probably true. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. That's the best movie in the Star Wars prequel.
That's fair point, Paul. You know what? Fair point. All right, let's get into some like good ones now. There are some amazing threequels out there.
All right, hit me. Don't physically hit me. What are they?
Yeah. Let's start with the real good one. I think, and I'm going to start with what I think is probably my favorite.
Okay.
Back to the Future 3.
Oh, well, yeah, okay.
Look,
it was great.
Not everybody likes it.
You're saying it's good, not that it's the best of the three, right?
No, I'm saying that it's a good example of a third film in a trilogy that is not terrible.
Correct. Okay.
Yes, I'm not saying it's the best one by far.
No.
None of these are, I don't think. But I think it is still legitimately a good film in its own right, and it stands up with the other ones.
Also because they took the time knowing that they were going to make the third one. They filmed them back to back.
One of the first times that kind of happened, where they filmed 2 and 3 at the same... well, they filmed them back to back, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, knowing that they were going to make 3... You know, it all made sense.
Cool,
it all tied together.
They set up some really cool stuff that kind of translates throughout all 3 films.
Yeah.
So Doc gets sent back to the Old West. Marty has to find a way to get back.
Yep.
They get there. They have no fuel. They've got to figure out how the fuck they're going to get the time machine to send them back to current day.
Doc makes ice. Pretty cool.
Doc makes ice. Yeah. I mean, it's a really fun film. You just get to. It's basically the same. As Back to the Future 1 and 2, the same kind of vibe.
Yep.
Biff Tannen's there in some form, bullying them.
Makes sense.
It's in the Old West. Clint Eastwood, Marty McFly is amazing.
Yeah, I think, you're absolutely right. Yeah, it is a great film, a great example of a third film not sucking.
Yeah. Die Hard with a Vengeance.
Oh my God.
Now, regular listeners will know that for a long time I had not seen any of the Die Hard films apart from this one.
That's a weird entry point.
I'll tell you why. I think I watched it at someone's party, and then that was just the Die Hard film that I knew, so I watched it over and over again.
It's funny because it's so different from the other two.
Yeah. But Really like it. I really
love
like
it.
Die Hard with a Vengeance. I think it's really fun.
It's kind of divisive. Like, a lot of people hate it. And then there was like 2 more, I think. There's Die Hard or Live Free, Die Hard. This is dumb. There were 2 sequels that were dumb. But yeah, this is a third one that's like...
Well, if Jai Courtney's in it, you know I'm not interested.
They basically just took the model and kind of extended it across the city. I think they actually did a really good job with it. And Samuel Jackson in it, so you can't go wrong there.
Yeah, it's a good film.
Don't know if he says motherfucker in that one.
I hope he does.
I hope he does too.
Army of Darkness.
Oh,
Right?
yes.
So you've got Evil Dead 1 and 2,
Yep.
which we all know are basically the exact same movie.
Yeah, almost actually.
And then they put the third one out, and then everyone just went, what?
Yeah.
We were all expecting like a little cabin in the woods horror flick, little with a bit of comedy in there maybe.
No.
Nah.
Let's go to castles and things.
There's castles, fight skeletons, there's some bad CGI, but like it just fits so well within the world.
Yeah.
He says, this is my boomstick.
Maybe the most famous line from all 3 films.
He's got the chainsaw for the hand.
Everybody wins.
It's Sam Raimi. It's an amazing film. And
Yep.
then if you've seen that, make sure you go on and check out Ash versus the Evil Dead.
Yeah,
as well, the
great
TV
series.
It's really, really fun.
Yeah, they nailed it.
Really, really cool. This is an easy one.
Mm.
And for some people, probably their favorite in the trilogy,
Okay.
Toy Story 3.
Don't you make me cry.
Right?
Oh, man. But like that's... Unlike, say, like Die Hard, which you seem to be able to watch quite happily without having seen the other 2.
Yeah.
Toy Story 3, I don't think has as much impact emotionally unless you've seen the other 2.
Yeah, I think that's true because you've gone on the journey with these characters. You've grown to love them. You've grown to hate some of them.
Some of them, yep.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. And it's such a beautiful, beautiful ending to that trilogy as well. It's sort
Yeah.
of like a passing of the torch
Totally.
kind of thing.
Speaking of which, Toy Story 4 in cinemas. And like,
Yeah. Perfect
way.
ending. They're making another one.
Yep.
Hopefully it's good. I do hope it's good.
Apparently it's a love story.
Ooh.
Like a rom-com.
Between who?
I don't know.
Toys or like humans? And then toys
Again, I don't know. What I want it to be is like, what's the new kid's name? I can't remember her name.
No, I can't remember it.
Anyway, well, my guess is she gets older.
Right.
And like it's her first little crush at high school. Or primary school, or whatever you want to call it. And then the toys are like, we got to help them have a play date.
Yeah.
Or it's just some toys banging out.
I really hope it's not toys banging out.
They finally go into Mum's room, find Mum's toys.
Oh dear.
Toy Story.
That's no good.
And there's Buzz something else. Lightyear. Buzz Light Vagina.
Bonnie is the name of the girl.
Bonnie.
incidentally.
That's it. Bonnie's mum.
Yeah, I mean, it's a wonderful...
Shout out to
film.
Bonnie's mum.
Do you reckon, have they made a third? They're about to make Cars 3.
It's almost here.
I don't care about that at all.
You know what? I reckon this one's going to do exactly what we're talking about. I bet this will be the best Cars film.
All right.
I'm putting
Look,
out there.
I'm always open to it.
Have you seen the trailer?
I haven't, no.
Okay, because...
Yeah. The
hang on,
Cars
have you seen
franchise-
one or two?
I've seen the first one and the second
Okay.
one briefly, yeah. I've
Because
seen
you
bits
know
of the
they're
second one.
completely different films, where
Yes.
one is, trying to be a better person, and the second one's a spy movie.
Yeah, stupid.
But this third one, it's taking it back to... Basically, Lightning McQueen finally has something in regards to a motivation.
Yeah.
He's becoming the outdated car. And he's going to have to try and prove himself for himself.
Okay.
It looks good. Like they're playing on this idea that he has a major crash. Like it's actually really dramatic. I think they've finally found story reasons because the world still doesn't make sense to me, but I think they've finally given character reasons.
Yeah. I don't think I can ever get on board with the world.
It doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense.
At
but
all.
Look, I don't know. I'm open to it being good.
Ka-chow.
I'm always open to something being good. Just setting myself up for disappointment.
Story of my life.
Disappointment.
Story of my life.
Paul,
Well, yes? Shane.
Return of the Jedi. Technically, it's now the 6th film in the franchise, but at the time, it was the third one. It was a threequel.
Yeah.
It's the third one in the original Star Wars trilogy.
And that's how we refer to it. There's the prequel trilogy, the original trilogy, and like this trilogy. I
Yeah.
don't know what name we call this
we'll
trilogy.
know when it's done.
When it's done.
Yeah.
The Rey trilogy. But yeah, oh my God. Like we had the argument like which Star Wars film would you want to watch for the rest of time? And I actually said Return of the Jedi because it has a little bit of everything in it.
Yeah.
Empire arguably a better film, but Return of the Jedi's got the fun, the excitement, the tension, the drama, the action. Oh,
Yeah.
so good.
It's real fun.
Oh my God.
just, I mean, you've got so many of like the most iconic characters are in Jedi as well. I mean, Boba Fett does something finally.
Kind of.
Jabba the Hutt.
Not for long.
Does his whole thing. You got the Han in Carbonite.
Yep.
Lando coming good.
He's cool, smooth dude.
And, Luke's finally kind of pretty badass Jedi by this point.
Oh, yeah.
Anyone listening to this podcast has seen Return of the Jedi. Why are we we should just say Return of the Jedi and move on, right?
Yep, it's done.
Right. From Jedi to the King. Return of the King.
Yep.
The final film in the Peter Jackson Lord of the Rings trilogy.
Arguably the worst of the three, but still good.
I don't know. I kind of liked it. It was like a lot of action.
I say worst and still putting it on a pretty high bar.
Yeah. Like they finally sort of stopped walking and did some fighting, which is all I really wanted. There's battles in all of the movies, but this one was like a pretty epic fucking battle. My one real qualm with this one was like the 8 endings that it had.
To be fair, they kind of earned them.
It was good.
With like the 7 odd hours before that.
Yeah.
Where it's like, all right, here's all these threads. Let's find out how they end.
Yeah.
But then we got the Hobbit movies, and that was a bad idea.
Yeah.
Should have put that on your bad 3 movies list.
I didn't even want to dignify it with a response.
I'm sorry to bring it up.
Yeah.
I know this
You're a bad person.
Oh.
Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome. So before Fury Road came out, I hadn't seen any of the Mad Max films. So
Holy shit, really?
I never had. So what I did, I bought them all and I marathoned them all in one night, right?
That's an intense night.
So if any one of you...
and you would have noticed all the recasting that happened.
It's pretty funny, yeah. So I watched all 3 in one night. The first 2, so Mad Max and then Mad Max Road Warrior, or Mad Max 2.
Yep.
Basically road films,
Yeah.
right? And him versing some gangs and stuff. And then the third one, I was just like, where's the car chase happening? And then it turns into this weird dystopian future.
Master
Tina
Blaster.
Turner is there.
Yeah.
Master Blaster, there's Thunderdome happens, and then it turns into this weird, like, Peter Pan kind of Lost Boys
Fucking great.
thing. It's just like watching the first two and then going, all right, here we go.
Yep.
Let's watch this third one. This is going to be another sort of road movie. And I just went, what? This is... And like, it's just so different and crazy, but still so fun.
Yeah, man. You got to rule Bartertown. That's how it goes.
Yeah, pretty awesome. So yeah, I highly recommend Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome. Dark Knight Rises, Paul.
I love it. I
mean,
like that Batman trilogy.
Definitely not my favorite one. For me,
That's okay.
Dark Knight is definitely the
Yeah,
best
oh,
one.
yeah.
But it was great. I mean, Bane was awesome. Batman, there's
Really,
so many great nods to the comic books.
Yeah.
in this film. And I love Dan Hathaway as Catwoman. I fucking did.
a great Batwoman,
Fucking did.
yeah. There was only one problem with Bane. You can't really understand what they're saying there.
It's hard to understand.
Yes, the fire rises, brother. And maybe we'll... fucking hell, that was a poor choice.
It was an interesting choice, and one we're still talking about, so arguably a great choice. I mean, how many people have tried to do that impression? You don't get that with everybody.
Yeah,
It makes like just sort of like a character so like iconically your own.
Doesn't want to make me call my son Bane.
No.
Does make me want to put some serum in somebody and see what happens.
Yeah. I've got 3 more on my list, so you're welcome if you've got any of your own that you want to chime in with, Paul. But I will say, Alien 3 again, a franchise that I had not seen and marathoned over several nights. I know a lot of people that don't like it, but I actually thought it was like a pretty fun standalone Alien movie when it's basically Bald Ripley in a prison gets attacked by aliens and they fight the aliens.
But
I mean, but then I went and watched fucking Alien Resurrection. That one I can legitimately say was a piece of shit.
yeah, also
That was
true.
bad.
Yeah,
The new one looks great.
This new Prometheus thing.
No, not Prometheus. The new Alien,
Covenant.
Covenant, yeah.
Yeah, but it's clearly tied to Prometheus because it's got Fassbender in it.
Yeah, but I think it's going to be good.
Yeah, but no. All right, this is the one we're going to argue on. Like, I don't care much for that one.
No?
For
Well, what's your
Alien
favourite
Three.
Alien movie then?
Aliens, the second one.
I like the first one the best.
First one's, see, they're 2 different genres.
Yeah.
First one's like a straight up thriller
Yeah.
or horror movie.
Sure.
And the second one is like cool space marines being hunted down and cool action
Bill
sequences.
Paxton.
Yeah, it's very
Rest in
80s.
peace.
Oh, God, that broke my heart. It was like a cool 80s movie.
Yeah.
Kind of akin to, I was about to say Predator, but yeah.
The third
Predator,
one is
Commander.
very 90s.
Yeah, it
I
is.
I think it came out in 1990?
Something like that.
91 maybe?
Yeah. But, yeah, look, it's not bad, But
Well, which list would you put this on then? 92 it came out.
yeah, okay. Look, if we're going to say
So bad
like,
it's good, maybe?
no, okay, it can go on the good list, but like, if I'm sitting down and marathoning some Aliens, I'll pretty much just watch Alien and Aliens and be done with it.
Right. Okay, let me put this out to you. You have to watch 3 Alien films. You can choose between all the ones that are out there, including the Alien vs. Predator films. Which 3 do you choose?
All right, Alien, Aliens, Alien vs. Predator 2.
What? Alien vs. Predator 2? You're a fucking idiot. You're a fucking idiot. I love you, but you're an idiot.
Whoever wins, Shane, whoever wins, we lose.
Civil War, Captain America 3.
Yep.
I mean, I always forget that that's technically a Captain America film,
I don't.
but it is. It's a Captain America film.
It totally is. It rests on everything. Like, it does still center around him. It just has everyone.
So many. It's just so much Avengers 1.5.
Yeah, but
that's fine.
That's fine by me. And like, it kind of needed to be. Like, Captain America is part of a government organization, you know, like, and the Avengers at that point of the story are like so entwined with everything that he does. Like, the Avengers exist.
Yeah.
You know, and it's only because of Captain America Civil War that they've disbanded ostensibly now. And it's like, how do you make a Captain America movie without everyone else in it?
Yeah, it's
You know?
true. I look,
It's like when they made Iron Man 3. It's like, well, where is everybody? It's like, well, everybody isn't here because he doesn't have his suit.
yeah.
You know, he doesn't have the means. He has to do this alone. Like, Spider-Man's coming up and Iron Man's in it. And they have to make the case because they're in New York. Spider-Man's in New York.
Yeah.
That's where the Avenger Tower is.
Yep.
You know, they have to not come up with reasons, but to make a Captain America movie that's devoid of all other Avengers would be not weird, but you'd have to come up with a pretty big reason, you know?
Like Thor's on vacation.
Yeah, and he was.
Look, I love Civil War. I thought it was really, really fun. My final one, Paul.
Okay. Hit me.
Of good threequel films.
Yep.
Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
Oh, fucking great.
I mean, right, the
What
second one was pretty bad. Still a great movie. Like, I think all three
Once
of the
you
original
understand
ones are
that it's a prequel,
yeah, they're
it's a
all
lot better.
great. But, I mean, Sean Connery as his dad.
Perfect.
The dynamic and the banter between them is so much fun.
the dog was called Indiana. There's, brilliant lines. Great action. You want to talk action sequences? I thought they were all brilliant in that one.
Really, really good flick. So these are just some films that we dug. If you've got more, make sure you hit us up.
Yeah, what did we miss?
I mean, there's a whole genre of horror that we haven't really covered at all.
Scream, you guys. Scream, that was a movie.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many.
Exorcist?
Yeah.
They got up to 3. I think they even had a reboot.
I mean, there's a Psycho 3. There's a lot of them that, like, by that point, just get pretty bad.
Lethal Weapon 3?
Yeah, sure.
Naked Gun? I'm just
Naked
listing them off.
Naked Gun 33 and a third, I think you'll find it was called.
Correct.
Which I thought was pretty great.
Pirates of the Caribbean can go into your bad list.
Yeah. Was the third one the one with Davy Jones in it?
He was in the second one.
Oh, okay.
Third one was when they all had a big pirate fight with all the other ships and they didn't understand how wind works with sails.
Oh, dumb. Yeah, dumb.
Rush Hour.
I haven't seen Rush Hour 3.
No. It's not great.
No.
Looking forward to their return. I like how Chris Tucker comes out of retirement every 10 years, does a Rush Hour movie, makes a few $1 million and just goes to bed.
Coast on it for a while.
Yeah, it's great.
If you've got a favourite or a least favourite threequel that you want to talk us about, or if you just want to discuss the term threequel, hit us up. We're on the Cave _podcast, the Cave _podcast on Twitter and Instagram. And of course, you can find us on our website, our new website, which is Omny, OMNY, omny.fm/shows/the Cave. Hit us up. Look, some exciting things happening. I'm going to a toy fair tomorrow.
I'll be joining you, hopefully.
Yeah, come hang out. I would plug it, but by the time this comes out, it will
You're
be
all
done.
dead
But
to
we'll
us.
be talking about that on the next episode. We also have a special guest interview with Old Trenchy, a.k.a. Pontip, who's our friend from Adelaide, who's a cosplayer. And
Friend of the show.
Friend of the show, toy collector, and there's an interview that I've already recorded with him that we're going to put on the show next week, which is all about, we covered a lot of stuff, and it's a pretty cool interview. I think you guys are going to really dig it, so stay tuned for that one. Anything you want to say to the peeps out there in internet land before we blast off for the week?
Just this one thing where I was looking at, I googled the best movie series.
Yeah.
And in the results is like a whole list at the top of film series. And the cover art for most of these films is like, the proper movie cover art.
Yeah.
And then you get to Transformers, and it's the Nintendo DS version of a Transformers game.
Oh, no.
And I want to believe that's a troll from someone in Google. So thanks, Google.
Thanks, Google. We love your work. We're going to put a poll up on our Twitter account for what you think is the best threequel. Mm-hmm. We're going to put 4 films up. Let us know which you think is the best one.
Yep.
What are you thinking, Paul? Lethal Weapon 3?
Yes, please.
Toy Story 3?
Yes, please.
Return of the Jedi?
Also good.
And shall I put Return of the King on there as well?
Yeah, we might as well. That rounds it out.
That's 4 ones that we kind of both agreed were pretty good.
Yeah. To Kill a Mockingbird 3. Great film.
Shawshank Redemption 3.
Yep. Can't believe they got 6 films out of that.
Schindler's List 3 was not my favourite.
No, how many Jews can you kill?
I mean, Schindler's List 3, European Vacation. What a weird concept. Very weird concept.
The Chipmunk movie, the Squeakquel.
Chipwrecked was the third one. Chipwrecked. Chipwrecked.
Shitwrecked.
Exactly.
Good.
No, don't worry. Those films are all... The first one had a certain
it was kind of cute.
It had a kind of charm about it, but it was not great. Yeah. All right, let's wrap things up. Let's get out of here for the week. Remember, omni.fm/shows/The Cave is where you can find us online. Make sure you subscribe and like and all that sort of stuff. The Cave _podcast on Instagram and Twitter, and The Cave Podcast on Facebook. Send us a message. Say hi. We like to know that you guys are out there.
Love it.
And until next time, I'm Shane Adamczak.
I'm Paul Grabovac.
Cowabunga?
I hate this haircut. My butt is freezing.
Look who's talking now.
What are you going to name him, Mike? Rocks. How come Rocks?
His ass really left all over the back seat.
Yeah, sorry about that.